I can add more if I want to, like this. Okay, so this is how it is looking. I can use any other, maybe like this one. Okay, so again, I think I had some shadow around this at the background of this area. Okay, so I'm going to add shadow on this rectangle. So go to layer styles and drop shadow. Okay, so I have this shadow. You can use any color for this shadow, or maybe some darker color randomly from here. Okay, so I'm going to use this color right now, and size I am going to use 10, move it 5 pixels. Okay, so I think it's looking great. 90. Okay, something like this. Maybe we can use some darker color around it, so something over here. So this is how I am using some shadow over here. Okay, now we can add some button over here, which is very easy. We are going to use an ellipse tool, hold shift for the proportions. Okay, so I have this ellipse, and it is going to be white over here. Okay, and then we need a play button, which is going to be in our custom shape tools. So it is basically a rounded rectangle. You can see it is selected. You need to find it. If you can't find it, you need to enable all your shapes over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it like this, color it purple. I think it was this purple, and we are going to move it that in the middle of this. Okay, so I'm going to move it in the middle of this. It's looking odd, so I'm going to place it with my eyes. Okay, so make sure you train your eyes. If it is proportional, you will like it. Okay, so this is how I have created almost the top section of my header. Okay, so maybe I need to get the gradients right. Let's see what other effects can be we can have. Okay, linear light is also looking good. Also the hard light is looking great. Soft light is looking also good. Lighten color, linear dodge, color overlay, screen lighten, linear burn, color burn multiply, darken. Okay, so we are going to use normal with opacity like this. Okay, so you can also increase it if you want to, something like this. Okay, it is looking good. Also you can use color, which is this one, this bluish purple. It is looking better over here. Okay, in the original button I created another drop shadow, which is this one. You can see we have 2 or 3 shadows over here. You can see this is the gradient, and then I have one shadow which is bluish shadow. You can also use this bluish purple color for this shadow. If you want to make it a bit darker, you can increase the saturation like this, and it's up to you. Okay, let's zoom in to see what is actually happening with the button. Okay, so you can see here we have some shadows. Let's increase the other shadow, which is this one. Let's make it a bit more dull like this, and increase its size. Okay, so also we are going to multiply it more like this. Okay, so it is looking better now. If you want to hide this too much sharp color around it, which is blue, you can rather add this color. Okay, so it is a bit of purplish blue. Okay, now it is looking better and more sleek. Okay, now is the time. If you want to, we are going to align it with our grid. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my grid, and the first thing I'm going to do is, let's see what is the size of this. Okay, so height, I'm going to match the height of my logo. I'm going to press this with my grid 48. Okay, so it is going to fit inside my bars, 8 pixel bars, and also I am going to 1 2 3 4. Okay, so you can use something like this, 4 lines from the top, and then we are going to align our this area with this. Okay, so like this. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. So maybe I think I will place it over here. Okay, so 5 from the top. Now for the button, I'm going to align it like this. Okay, so it is almost lined in the middle, and I think from top it is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so it is 48 pixels. Oh, sorry, 40 pixels from the top. Okay, these really matter, so make sure that this is going to be like that. Okay, now about this area, let's expand it a bit like this. Okay, now we have our video area, and it is our play, and let's group them together, play btn or play button. Okay, so we have our video area. Let's size it according to our grid. I am going to size it like this, and from here like this. Okay, so let's see what is closer to the 591 divided by 16. Oh, sorry, 591 divided by 8. So I think we need 74 multiplied by 8, 592. Okay, so I am going to size it 592 like this, and it is going to perfectly fit in my grid. And I think I don't need to worry about these. It's already, I think, inside this. Okay, align with the size. Now about the columns, you can see over here I am using 2 columns for this. Then I am going to use this 1 2 3 4 columns for this. Okay, so these links are taking 1 2 3 4 columns. You can see these 4 columns. This is really going to help your developers. Okay, align everything. Okay, something like this. Then we have our logo in these 2 columns. Other 4 or 3 columns are empty. Okay, so you need to not worry about these. Now we are going to align our text into our lines like that. Let's move it a bit up over here, and let's move our button inside the grid. Okay, something like this. Okay, now we are going to hide our grid and zoom out to see how proportionate our design is. Okay, it is looking great. Now if you want to add the next area or next section, you can add it over here. Okay, so we had some overlap of this area with our next section. Okay, now in the next lesson we are going to create the next section of this design. Okay, so let's move on to the next lesson.